Welcome back, everybody, to Fun in the Locker Room. It is April 28th, 2025. We have a full. Sorry, there's an emergency going on in the background. We have a full-ass agenda today. NBA playoffs. There's no finished series in round one, but we have a couple series that are looking like they're going to finish soon. We'll get into that. NFL draft. Quite a good amount of storylines there. You got Travis Hunter. Shedeur Sanders fell all the way from top 5 pick to – was it round 5, round 6, something like that. We'll get into that. We got some baseball. I know the two gentlemen alongside me are going to be very excited to talk baseball and the New York Mets. And we have some Villanova basketball. We're going to try to incorporate that a little bit more, give you guys a little bit more of a regular outlook and update now that we should have a very competitive team now that we've been freed from the shackles of Kyle Neptune. Let's get right into it right after I tell you about our sponsor, Coca-Cola. Taste the liquid. Taste the feeling. Do you guys remember when Cokes, they had like share a drink with someone? Like it was like share with Liam or share with Sean.
Yeah.
I never found a share with Truett, but I wasn't very hopeful. Let's get right into the NBA playoffs. We have a lot of good series to talk about. I'm going to flip it over to my beautiful co-hosts on which one they want to start with.
Let's start to the
Frank, you want to lead us off?
Yeah, let's start to the fun one. Lakers T-Wolves. Some people are saying, maybe not me, that Anthony Edwards is the next Michael Jordan, and he is surpassing LeBron in this series.
Didn't they say that last year in the playoffs? And they kind of got their asses handed to them. I mean, you go on though, Rank. Go on.
I don't know. He was calling him out in the press conference after the game. He was saying, we do this, the Lakers do that. He was breaking down the defense. He seems to be one step ahead. And in LeBron's head constantly that this looks like a LeBron Kobe, a Kobe Michael. Like, I don't know. You guys are the resident LeBron James fans here. What are you thinking?
I won't commit to an answer, but Ant is played the best in the series. He has outplayed Luka and LeBron without a question. I'll give you that. He's kind of gone nuclear mode, and I think most of the world was not really choosing the T-Wolves to advance. Maybe Rank did, just fueled by his LeBron hate. But I think a lot of people were really excited for this Lakers team to make it far. And as the time of this episode, they're down 3-1 right now. Not like LeBron's never done it before, but probabilities are pretty low. So I'm pretty shocked, Rank. And yeah, a lot of it has to do with Ant's performance and how well he's played.
Next, MJ is ludicrous. Let's pump the brakes here. What has this T-Wolves team really done? They're beating up on a Lakers team that has 5 guys playing for them. We all know what happened in the second half. Everybody that started didn't come out. That's ridiculous basketball.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
Let's dive into that a little bit. Is there any justification you can give JJ Redick for playing the same 5 starters the entire 24 minutes of the second half?
No, especially not with Luka, Reeves, and Braun trying to defend. Come on, man. It's never going to work. You got to get one of them out, get one of them a break so that they have legs to play some defense, because there was none being played in the fourth quarter. It was hard to watch.
It is hard for me to sit here and listen to another LeBron season of excuses when he has potentially the best player he's ever played with in his career on his team now.
Wrinkle, the man is 40. Come on.
Come on, dude. The guy is 40 years old. And if this JJ Redick blunder says anything, it just shows that he literally has no trust in the rest of this roster.
Yeah.
And I really don't blame him, because you look at it, and I think the 5 they played are solid players. I think it's a solid starting 5. The problem is LeBron is the tallest person in that lineup. And it just shows Jackson Hayes is unplayable. We all know the Mark Williams trade fell through. They don't have a legitimate big man that JJ Redick is deeming as playable. So I don't know if they're running Dorian or Rui at the 5, but this is also just the worst matchup to do that. They're clearly going to go for a small ball approach. And I feel like historically when teams go small, it kind of forces the other team to go small as well to match it. And the T-Wolves were just like, we're not going to do that. We're going to continue to play. We might take Gobert off the floor, but we're going to play Randall and Naz Reid and stay big and show you that that's how we're going to beat you. And this is just maybe the worst matchup the Lakers could have had in the playoffs.
I feel like in general, and yes, I will caveat LeBron's 40 years old, but I feel like a lot of what it comes down to the playoffs is who can put their philosophy, like play their basketball philosophy and put it on the other team. And the T-Wolves are playing their game. They're not letting the Lakers control them and do play their game. The T-Wolves are playing their game and beating them. And that really I think that's how the series comes down to. Like LeBron's used to dictating the pace of play and make teams play LeBron's way and make teams play the Lakers way. And that's just not happening this series.
Yeah. And the Wolves are deep. Their bench is absolutely loaded. Dante's been unreal off the bench. Naz Reid, like you said, Truitt. Naz Reid has been a killer. The Lakers obviously don't have that. And having to rely on a 40-year-old man to play, the entire second half, your chance of you winning that game is extremely, extremely low. What do the Lakers need to do to win a couple games? What are their keys to success? I really struggling out of myself.
You need the T-Wolves to not play the best basketball they've played all year. I don't think the Lakers can play any better. I don't think they have the capability to play any better unless Luka's going to drop 40. Because like Rank was saying, the T-Wolves are just instilling this brand of basketball on them, and it's working so well. The Lakers are literally shackled to this agenda that they have, and you just need the T-Wolves to stop playing incredibly well.
What you said, true, to start this off, that you said is unrealistic is the only answer. Luka needs to drop 40. Luka needs to go out there and be the best player on the court. You can't defer to LeBron. Luka needs to be the best player on the court, and that's how the Lakers can come back and win the series.
And the problem is he's dropping near 40 every game and still not getting it done.
And another problem, and this kind of goes back to the lack of Lakers big men, is, we're not going to sit here and act like Luka's a great defender. We all know that. It doesn't justify the trade, but we all know that he's not the best point of attack defender. Neither is Austin Reeves. And for that matter, neither is 40-year-old LeBron James. And when they get past someone, when they get past one of those three guys, there's no one in the paint to deter that shot. I mean, what is it going to be, like Finney Smith rotating over to help? Gabe Vincent rotating to help? That's not going to do anything, especially when Julius Randle, who's playing really goddamn well. And I feel like usually when you hear playoff Julius Randle, you're like, ooh, who opened the window? It's cold in here. But he's playing really damn well. So if Julius Randle is driving past Luka, no one's going to stop that. That's going to be a free bucket.
Yeah, they have no interior defense at all. And the rebounding battle has been by far and away in the Timberwolves' favor. It's
crazy question then. Would the Lakers win the series if the trade never happened?
I think they'd be better suited to, but I don't think they'd win. No.
I feel like with AD, they'd be better suited for a longer playoff success, especially in the West when you got to go against Jokic and Gobert, whoever the tall men are, the T-Wolves. I really think that trade hurt them in that aspect. I think it's going to help them in the long run. Next year, I've seen Brook Lopez being rumored being a starting center. There's guys coming in there that they get a legit starting center. This Lakers team is really good, but they're playing disadvantage at this point, having made that trade midseason and not having a full roster built around these two guys.
Yeah, I completely agree. I mean, and the Lakers aren't going to be upset about, losing this first round playoff. They're looking for the next 10 years to be in that championship window. And we all saw, the revitalization of Daniel Gafford and the coming of Derek Lively and what Luka could do for them. They just need a big man that can run, jump, and block, and they're going to be all right. That being said, what is the ceiling for this Timberwolves team?
I think it depends on who they play next round. Still have yet to see, and we'll get into the Warriors, Rockets. I think those are two very different opponents for them. If you go against the Warriors, who similarly do not play traditional big men, you'll have Draymond at the 5. Kevon Looney seems like he's falling out of the rotation. I think they do the same brand of basketball. If you play the Rockets, who kind of mirror their roster a little bit, you have Sengun and Jabari Smith and all those guys are going to load up that front court, and they'll do Sengun and Steven Adams. that's kind of fighting fire with fire in a way. So it's kind of a shitty answer, but I think it really depends on the next round.
That's fair. I think the Warriors matchup, Draymond's a better acting five than LeBron is.
Yes.
So I think that it won't be as extreme as is this series. But it is a good point of like I do think the Warriors are going to force the T-Wolves to play a little smaller than the Lakers have.
100%. You have to with Curry. And they're going to be able to throw Draymond and Jimmy at Ant.
Yeah.
And that's a lot better than throwing Luka and Reeves at Ant.
It's night and day better.
Yeah.
I do want to give a shout out to T-Wolves, and Liam's going to kick me under the table if we were in person for saying this, but I think it's just really impressive to see like where they've come from. Like I was so ready to say that they lost the Cat trade. I was like hollering that, like I was just in disbelief. And, if you think back to the beginning of the season when Ant's like yelling at Gobert and he's in the media talking about how he's got no spacing and we're like, yeah, well, no shit, you traded away, Cat. And just to see where they've come now, it's just like, I don't know what happened, but somehow they put it together.
Well, I'll tell you what happened. They broke a franchise record for threes in game one. They stole another game. They very well could be down in this series 3-1. Like, they've won games. I don't think they're going to make it out of next series. I'm taking the Dubs to beat them if that's the matchup.
No, I agree. I think this T-Wolves team has gone a far way, true, and I agree with you. The fact of like the Cat trade looks better for them. It's a win-win right now, I'd say, for both teams to an extent.
I agree.
But I think this T-Wolves team, if they can move on from Gobert somehow and get out of that contract, like going forward, if you got Naz Reid and Julius Randle down low and you can get another, maybe a real point guard to play at the Ant, like that would just be a big difference maker.
That was a really good lineup when they play Randall and Nas. That's a good lineup.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know how you get off of the Gobert trade, but I think basketball's moved on from him. That's a pretty drastic statement. But
anybody can be traded, man. You never know.
We've seen it every year.
Yeah.
Is anyone choosing the Lakers to win?
I think they'll win one more. I think they'll find a way to win Game 5 and lose Game 6.
Adam Silver wants them to extend this series as long as possible, so it wouldn't surprise me at all if we find ourselves.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense why all these ticky-tack calls are going the T-Wolves' way. It's like the refs have forgotten the agenda.
Same thing in the Knicks series.
Yeah.
But, I think the Lakers, I hope that as a biased LeBron fan, I hope they don't hold this. No, I'm serious. I hope they don't hold this series against him because everyone is like, when the Luka trade was made, like, ooh, Luka and LeBron. But like, if you look at the rest of this roster, like, you can't just flip your identity so fast. You have LeBron and then your Anthony Davis big men. You have that inside-outside game. And now you have two perimeter players and nothing else left on the roster. It's asking too much. And Rank is laughing at me internally because he's like, this guy's making another excuse for LeBron. But that's my take.
I've heard the excuses for years. I've tried to tell you guys next year there's no more excuses, and it always seems to find a new one. But next year, if they can get a center, there should be nothing. Like you get a roster with Luka, LeBron, and an actual center, you could have a bunch of bums in the rest of the roster, and you should be winning you should be getting out of the first round at least.
I completely agree with you, Rank. Completely agree.
All right, what's the next series?
True. I want to let's dive into Thunder Grizzlies, the only series that is over as of right now.
That's right. I forgot about that actually. Yeah, it's done.
Yeah. So game one was the most disgusting game I've ever seen in my life. I was actually watching the game with my dad. We went outside for like 5 minutes to go hang up a wreath or something for my mom. We come back and the Grizzlies were down by 40 points. And then they were down 50.
Yeah.
This was domination and quietly, not a lot of people are talking about it. Shea, very clutch this series.
Yeah.
Want to dive into that, Truett?
Yeah, I'd love to. Thanks for teeing that off for me. Yeah, it's I've been super pleasantly surprised, and we don't change the style of basketball we play, and nobody was really, maybe people were talking about it and I just didn't see it, but Shea had a really bad game one,
Oh yeah.
a pretty inefficient game one, like couldn't get started. And then obviously didn't play the fourth to get his patented 31 points. But it's just I think we have the two deepest teams in the league by far. I think both the Celtics and the Thunder, and I hope that's the matchup for entertainment wise. But I think both teams can just play 8-9 guys, and I'm very happy that even with the playoffs, we haven't shortened our rotation. We're playing like genuinely 9 to 10 guys because we can. And Hartenstein's looking great. Chet's looking great. J-Dub, who the Mavericks series really, I think it got to him because he just disappeared. Same with Chet. And I think that's ultimately one of the reasons why we lost last year. I think he's showing that that's a thing of the past, hopefully. But I think this says more about the Grizzlies than it does the Thunder, because we've done what we've done this whole year. And if you look at the game 3 collapse, like you can't, as much as a team can come back from down 25 at half in a playoff game, you can't do that without help from the team that's blowing the lead, if that makes sense. And I know Jaw got injured, and you can get into the Dort play if you want, but this has just been a really sad performance from the Grizzlies as a whole.
They've been talking a whole lot of shit for the past 4 years. Oh, we're the next dynasty. The dude who said that isn't on the team anymore. Jaren Jackson Jr. might be my least favorite person to watch, period. He is bronze. And Desmond Bane, that is the middest big three I think I've ever heard of.
Yeah.
It's absolutely terrible. You know what's kind of upsetting? I would much rather have had the Kings get in over them and maybe try and put up a fight.
The Kings are the same way. The Kings were talking
Yeah,
so much shit during those series.
Grizzlies talk so much shit and they never ever back it up.
They both do.
So deserved.
What did he say a couple years ago? I'm fine in the West.
Yeah.
I think he's like
they haven't
2 playoff series since then.
I think he's won one playoff series since he said that.
Yeah.
Probably. It's kind of sad. The best player in that series for the Grizzlies was probably Scottie Pippen Jr.
Yeah.
He played very well.
Santi Aldama wasn't bad either.
Yeah.
That
No,
needs to be said.
Go ahead, Rick.
For the Thunder side, like the fact that they can play 8-9 deep is really going to help down the playoff stretch. Like having that ability to rotate, deal with injuries, give these guys rest. Like Shea's not going out there like LeBron is playing entire second halves. Like that's going to come down when they're playing like more physical teams where people are going to be bumps and bruises. Like this Nuggets Clippers, both those teams are more physical than the Grizzlies. Like the Thunder are going to get bumped around, and having guys play 9 deep really going to be helpful.
Yes, absolutely.
I'm loving Chet at the 4. I think he was meant to be a 4 this whole time.
100%.
And Hartenstein is playing so goddamn well. Like I don't know what you call that little push shot.
Yeah.
But it's gorgeous, and it's got like a fucking 95% success rate or something like that.
He made like 4 in a row in game 1 on that bullshit.
Yeah. That was his shot in game 1. It's easy.
They run pick and rolls, just the two of them, which is it's really pretty basketball with both of them on the court.
And you know what? If I was just thinking about this, if we're gonna talk about that comeback, shout out. This is why you trade for a guy like Alex Caruso.
Mm-hmm.
He was probably the biggest factor in that comeback. Just play that's not going to show up on the stat sheet, diving for loose balls, grabbing rebounds, deflections, hustle stats, all that. And I'm happy that Giddey's doing well in Chicago, but this is what we needed. And on a team without many veterans, to be honest, like this is really what we needed. And I guarantee if we get to the finals, Alex Caruso, finals MVP. I'm speaking it into existence here.
Happy white boy summer, boys.
Happy white
All
boy.
right, let's stick in the West. This series, I think, has been unreal so far. Maybe the best game I've watched in the playoffs was Game 4, Nuggets Clippers. This series has been a roller coaster, and both teams look scary when they're rolling. Rank, you want to recap what happened in the final, I guess, not even second of Game 4?
I don't know how they even got Jokic with the turnaround fadeaway jumper that misses everything, but somehow finds Aaron Gordon just standing there for a dunk. Like, I can't believe he decided he was going to catch the ball and throw it down and not just try to tip it in there, because he was milliseconds.
That might have been the
Milliseconds.
closest
Yeah.
buzzer beater I've ever seen.
I still
I've
don't
never-
believe it's a buzzer beater. Like, I feel like
Yeah.
it still makes me think like it didn't even count.
Because like the ball was through, but his hand was like kind of on it.
Yeah.
I think no matter what replay showed, you had to just stick with the call. On the
Oh,
field.
yeah. You had to
would've
count it.
Yeah. If they said no basket, they would have kept it a no basket.
Now,
But
I
it
don't know. If,
was so close.
I don't know if anybody asked Jokic this. I wouldn't have been surprised if that was just, if I'm gonna miss long, gonna hit nothing, and Aaron Gordon's gonna be right there.
Yeah.
As a
wouldn't
lunatic,
surprise
he would
me.
do that on
I think when
purpose.
you shoot like this, it's easier to miss long than it is. Be my guess.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, I
this
want to
Nuggets
dive
team-
into this Clippers team though. They have guys that can score. Harden, Kawhi, Norm, Zubac. Dude, you get 20 from all of them. 80 points right there, not to mention, somehow Nicholas Batum always shows up in the playoffs. He's like a bad rash. You can't get rid of him. Derrick Jones Jr. Derrick Jones Jr. Clippers can play. They got a solid team.
It seems like this is like the year to revitalize Harden's career. Like, Harden's gone from being hated on to actually being a team player. This Clippers team, like we talked about for a while, have been a bunch of guys with Paul George and Kawhi and a bunch of really good role players around him. And this is finally a year that they've gotten a real star who can stay healthy in James Harden, which is weird to say. And Kawhi, who's playing really well. Plus, Norman Powell, as much as we clown Liam for his love for Norman Powell, is playing his best year of his career.
It's a dog.
This team just has so many good storylines. You touched on it. Harden is, I think we all know he's got a game that can age gracefully, similar to, of Curry and Kyrie. You have that type of game. It's not super dependent on athleticism, and he's finally playing really well again. Kawhi, I don't know what fucking doctor they found to work on his knees, but when I'm 80 years old, I want that doctor working on my knees. He looks like vintage Kawhi in that game one where he was like 15 of 19. He has that patented mid-range shot. Looks great. Norm, as Rank touched on, should have been maybe a most improved player. I don't think it's come out yet, right? So maybe. Zubac, who I don't know how many years he is. It feels like he's been in the league for at least like 7 years, but should have been another most improved player candidate because he's actually playing super well. And all this just to say this depth is just ridiculous. And when they came back, on the Nuggets from down 20 in game 4, it wasn't one guy that's like, I'm going to put this team on my back. It was every guy in that starting five, the 6, 7, however deep they were going, contributing well. It's a really well-rounded roster. And I kind of want to flip this question to you guys. I think I texted you guys this over the weekend. Is it crazy to say that like this is just a better situation than Paul George and Kawhi ever was?
100%. 100%. What James Harden has been able to do to unlock Zubac and unlock Norm, and now in the playoffs unlock Kawhi, man, this team is really scary. And Truett, man, you guys face them.
I'm scared, dude.
Dude, that's not a good matchup for you guys.
No,
really.
it's not. I'm kind of hoping the Nuggets win because you just really have to stop Jokic, and that's it.
Yeah.
It's a crazy statement to say that you'd rather face
It is a crazy
three-time MVP, but it's factual. I agree with you on that.
Yeah. I mean, this Clippers team is just like, I think they would have our number.
They're built really well. Like, this is what you want a super team to be built like.
Yes.
Two great stars with a lot of role players around them, and they can
Exactly.
beat you at every level. And James Harden, the playmaker he's become with age, like he's really developed that part of his game. And it's a big difference.
I don't know when we moved on from like the super team era. Like it's been phasing out for a while, but like this is just the definition of less is more. And you had so many personalities. Paul George, I love Russ to death, but that's a big other personality in there. You had 4 big personalities, and now you kind of just chose the 2 that best play together. And this, less is more. It's just the definition of this team, and it's just working out really well.
Yeah. On the flip side, the Nuggets are just milking Jokic dry at this point. They need somebody else to do something. Jamal Murray can't start another game 3 for 13. It's just let's call a spade a spade. They almost blew a 20-point lead game 4. They should have lost this game. And they're lucky it's 2-2.
They should be down 3-1, 100%.
I don't have faith in them. I really don't have any faith in them. I hate to say it.
I still can't believe they fired. Like, why'd they fire Mike Malone? Like, you're not helping yourself in the situation. Like, he could have coached this team better. Like, they're not. This team is basically the same team that won the NBA Finals a couple years ago. Nothing's really changed. Why can't they put it together anymore? Jamal Murray's definitely, as you said, Liam, taking a step back. And I think that's one of the bigger things, though, the fact that Jamal Murray is not playing like playoff Jamal we've seen the past couple of years.
Dude, also, Michael Porter Jr.
You might have to move on from that contract and trade it for some depth because
Right?
bro is just a chucker. He's just a chucker, man. I can find another chucker that's not making $30 million a year.
Dude, I got one for you. Davis Bertans. Get him over there.
Oh,
Come on.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Right, to your point about Malone, we can sit here and speculate why they did it, but you've seen the clips. It's Jokic is literally coaching this team, dude. In the timeouts, he's screaming at them. He's drawing up plays. There's clips online of like he's calling the substitutions from on the floor, like during the dead balls. Like it's like when Bill Russell was a player coach. Like it's essentially what he's doing right now.
I hate to say that, Truett, don't take this the wrong way, but in the playoffs, if Russ has to be your third scorer.
No, I totally understand.
It's just
I 100% get it.
It's not a recipe for success in this day and age. And Michael Porter Jr. needs to step up. Christian Brown needs to step up. Peyton Watson, nowhere to be seen this series. I thought he was going to have a coming out party, but absolutely not. This team has no depth. They really don't.
They had a lot of good depth when they won it all. A lot of good depth, and Jamal Murray was playing well, and neither are the case anymore.
Who's that guy they lost to?
Bruce
he was
Brown?
Lost Bruce Brown.
That was a big loss.
KCP was a big loss too. Fucking playing DeAndre Jordan back up 5 minutes now. Like, fuck, man.
It's ugly. It's ugly out there with the backup guys in the NBA nowadays. All these big contracts are really hampering the ability to like build a team around these solid role players.
Yeah. Can give a shout out to Grant Williams and CJ McCollum for that.
Oh god. So who's winning the series?
I'm taking Clippers. I hate to say it.
Nikola Jokic is the better player in the series, and I'm going to fall to the better player winning the series.
He's the best player in the series, but player number 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 are probably all the Clippers.
Also fair.
Unfortunately, it feels weird, but I just think the Clippers are a safe bet. They've just consistently played better basketball this entire series.
Also, the Intuit Dome, shout out Steve Ballmer. That place is nuts. That place is nuts. We're going to mark that down. Fun in the locker room. We'll take a visit.
I want to get out there.
We got to sit in the wall, though.
We got to go sit in the wall. Yeah.
That shit's crazy, dude. I'd fucking shit my pants if I was at the free throw line.
Yeah, right?
What do the Nuggets need to do to win this series?
Literally, Jokic dropped, 30, 20, and 10 or something, and they snuck a win that they should have.
They need the guys to wake up.
Somebody else needs to step up. And it
Russ
can't
has to go drop 20.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're going to get Russ back next game, so that means they're going to win 2 straight and win the series.
Exactly.
We're good there. You guys want to stay in the West and tackle Golden State, Houston?
Let's finish it out.
Yeah. This has been a great series, too. A lot of other really big storylines.
Man,
so
look at Curry.
Unpack whichever one you guys want to unpack first.
I love Curry. I'm not Indian, but I love Curry.
Oh.
This Warriors team, though,
we just got demonetized.
Jimmy Butler playing this well with Curry. They've really just built a second leg of Curry's career of moving on to this Jimmy Butler, Curry, Draymond, big three to an extent. and they're playing really well. You got Curry who's just shooting the lights out of the ball. You got Draymond defending. You got Jimmy Butler defending. Both protecting him out there to an extent against this Rockets team, who's we know is very physical at times. And they're letting Curry do his thing.
I hate to say this, Draymond has been unreal defensively on Sengun this series. He's been absolutely locked down.
I think my one takeaway is Curry deserves better, man. Besides Curry, Draymond, and Jimmy, this roster is trash. This roster is so – I don't know who the fuck Gui Santos is or fucking Quinton Post. I don't know
who the fuck is this Quinton Post guy?
Buddy Hield is playing like ass. I don't know what happened to Pods after that good rookie year.
He's ass.
Moses Moody, ass.
Gary Payton's playing well.
What happened to him? Ass. Gary Payton? Thank you, Frank. Ass.
John
He's playing better.
Kaminga is butt cheeks too.
Oh yeah, Kuminga's bad.
I don't know what happened to him. He looked really promising a couple of years ago.
Last year he looked promising.
Is that Jackson Davis guy hurt or something? Because he played during the regular season for him.
I don't know, dude. I have Kevin Knox on the roster.
Yo, what the
that
fuck
white guy,
Looney? Is Looney?
That white guy, Pat Spencer, was getting clutch minutes. Like, bro, it's like
that guy was like he was a fucking lacrosse player.
Yeah. Dude, it's a miracle they're up 2-1.
Pat Spencer's the third leading scorer in the postseason for this Warriors.
No way.
That's so sad. And that's a credit to Curry, man. It really is. And Jimmy comes back tonight. Rank, what's your take on that injury? It's been
fine. He's a fighter.
No, that's not what I'm asking you.
Yes.
The nature of what happened. Was it dirty? Was it not?
No.
Amen Thompson.
Come on. No, it wasn't.
I'm not taking a side.
The Warriors have been on the side of a lot of dirty plays on both sides of this because of Draymond. So you have to give the benefit of the doubt and just let it happen.
It was not dirty at all. It was inadvertent. He tripped. He completely tripped.
The Thompson brothers are a little dirty.
No, they're freakishly athletic.
I like them, but after this happened, they were showing montages of shit, and they showed that clip where he takes Tyler Hero and just fucking throws it to the ground.
That was deserved.
That
was so deserved.
It was deserved.
I've seen lots of great memes about the Thompson brothers. My favorite is lock them in a gym until they can shoot 53s in a row. They'll be there for a long time.
That too. They're literally just Ben Simmons, but like better.
They're not afraid to take a layup.
Liam, why are the Rockets down 2-1 right now? What would you say contributes to that?
They don't have a guy named like Steph Curry on their team. It's as simple as that. This is the Rockets' ceiling until they go out and get a top 15 player.
Yeah, I don't know if Jalen Green can be the franchise anymore. That might be the understatement of the century, but this team just doesn't like. What is their identity? You're down? You got a tie game with 2 minutes left. Who's getting the ball? Is it Fred VanVleet? Are you throwing to Sengun? I don't know because there's not a clear dog on this team.
I might have been lying comparing the Cavs to the Hawks back in the day, but the Rockets, they're Hawks. They're just good offensively with no star player. They're really like those Nets team with D'Lo. They've got a bunch of guys who are really good, but nobody to take the ball and be the get man in crunch time. You need that to go far.
Who on this team strikes the fear of God in their opponent? Absolutely nobody.
Cam Whitmore.
Dylan Brooks scares a bunch of guys from getting punched, but
it kind of like this whole series makes me. I mean, A, they're regular season merchants. We knew that. But B, going forward, you have you spend a top pick on Jabari Smith. You spend a top pick on Jalen Green. Amen Thompson could be something. What do you want this team to look like in 5 years? Is Amen Thompson your best player? Is it still Fred VanVleet? Is it Sengun? Is it Jabari Smith doesn't even start anymore, and he was only drafted third overall 2 years ago? I'm just confused on. It's just a bunch of mush together.
You need a star guard. That's what you need. You have a guy that can guard 1 through 5 in Amen Thompson. You have a great young center in Sengun, but that this team has a lot of good players.
Yeah,
nobody that's great.
if you're the GM of the Rockets, how many more years are you spending on this Jalen Green experiment?
It's not even an experiment at this point. You're just waiting. You're waiting for the next disgruntled superstar to get out, and you're offering them a bunch of young guys to take that spot.
Trade bait. I like that. Okay. I've seen some of that.
I have seen those rumors.
That would be interesting. Game 4 is tonight. Golden State's up 2-1. How many games and who wins? For the
2 more
series?
games tonight
Two
and
more games. Okay.
Yeah, I don't.
The Warriors
just have-
need this one.
No faith in the Rockets.
They should not let it get tied 2-2. There's just no need to play that close to the fire.
They're in Golden State. They need this win. I think the Warriors are winning this game. I agree with Liam. It's 5 games over.
Yeah,
Fun fact for the audience: this was the second time in the last 30 years that a 7 seed was favored by Vegas to beat a 2 seed. I don't know what the other one was. That would be a good fun fact if someone on the stream, maybe, if you could look that up. Thank you.
chat. Let's get
Chat. Chat.
All right, let's go over to the East. We'll start off with the easy one. Cavs Heat. This was coughing baby versus nitrogen bomb. Everybody knew it. And it wasn't really close. As of right now, the Heat are down 37 points in an elimination game.
It's halftime and they have 33 points at
Yeah.
half.
That's what happens when you lose Jimmy, right? You trade away a guy that gets shit done in the playoffs, and
Same problem as the Rockets. Is Tyler Hero going to be your guy? No, he was not.
I misspoke. They're down
All right.
39 points. Excuse me.
Tyler Hero is
Sure.
1 of 8.5. Yes.
Sure. Please respect the Rockets enough to not compare them to the Miami Heat,
Yeah.
who have
I was-
absolutely nobody in the 10 seed.
As soon as I said that, I realized, True, what are you doing?
Hey, Bam.
Yeah, okay. Also, to complete Trude's fun fact earlier, the other 7 seed was the Lakers in 2021 against the Suns.
They didn't win that either, or did they? The Lakers.
Ah.
against- Oh, wait,
So
the
the
Lakers were the
Suns-
7 seed? That was the year after they won it all, and I think they got.
It was year after they
fucked
won the
by-
title.
Yeah, I think they got fucked by the Suns. That was
Did
like
the Suns
Jay
go to the
Crowder.
finals that year?
Was it the 4? Was that the
Suns did go to the finals, I think.
Suns in 4 year? Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Because they weren't doing that any other year.
No.
Sent them packing. Thank you.
Yeah.
But yeah, the Cavs have played ridiculously well. This isn't really much of a test, as True had told us before the show. The first 10 seed to make the actual playoffs.
Wow,
But
Terry
the Cavs are
Sparrow's
good.
favorite playing. Jesus.
The Cavs have a lot of
am-
good guys who are playing well.
Rank, I'd be really scared when you have to run into them, man.
That conference final is going to hit like crack, man. It's
I'm
gonna be
telling
fucking
you.
serious.
I think they're going to shock. I really do. They just look unreal, and this might piss a lot of people off. Ty Jerome is just a better Peyton Pritchard. Yep, I said it.
Ty Jerome's really good.
You
Yeah.
live in that city, Liam. You know what that means.
That's war.
You don't disrespect Peyton Pritchard like that. Half court
Ty,
god.
Ty Jerome almost had a 50-40 90 season, and it was because of his free throw percentage. That's fucking insane. Oh my god. Was he a candidate for 6th man of the year? Had to have been, right?
No.
Yeah. No?
He was like plus 700 or some bullshit like that.
Got robbed. All right, let's go next series. This one's going to be over before the show's over.
Oh, sorry. Actually, Ty Jerome was a finalist.
Yay.
Deserved.
And
Malik Beasley.
Magic Celtics again. Don't really understand how the Celtics lost their one game. That was just probably the worst performance ever. They only lost by 2, which was hilarious. This was not fair. Not a fair fight. When Corey Joseph is getting playoff minutes, you're not going to do too hot.
I swear the NBA told the Magic to just all our players because they didn't
Yeah.
want us to fun or something like that. There's a conspiracy theory going on because what the Magic are doing to us is just straight up like injuring half our team.
The Tatum shit was hilarious. Missoula just yelling at him to get up.
I love Joe.
Why
His
does
quotes.
Corey Joseph start? Like, what? What's the logic behind that?
Because Cole Anthony is just awful. He's a terrible basketball player.
Is
Also,
is Suggs injured?
Yeah, I think he's out for the season.
Oh, okay.
I will say, after watching this series, and I haven't watched a lot of Magic games in the past, I've become more respect for Banchero and Franz Wagner. They've both played great. Like, they're the only reason this series has been competitive to any extent you call the word competitive. Like, Banchero's getting a shot. They're driving out. There's only guys making plays for this team. Like, it's the two of them and a bunch of other guys just
Yeah.
running around.
What happened to KCP? He's just like awful now.
He's trying
He
to
was
fight Al Horford.
He was a Jokic merchant. He just
You want to fight, you win. Yeah,
Jokic made him good. Just it's what happens.
this Magic team, if you look, I'm looking at their roster right now. They have two guys. Everybody else is kind of butt.
If you gave not KCP, if you gave Paolo and Franz like a point guard, like a good point guard, I think this could be a good team.
They're not
Just a
that
good
far
point
off.
guard to orchestrate the offense.
Yes.
They're clearly trying to find a guard and failing. There's like 8 guards on this roster.
Yeah.
Bringing a bunch of former number 1 overall picks who have flamed out.
8 guards on the roster, and they settled on Corey Joseph to start.
Orlando Magic. Orlando Magic.
That's great. Rank, they finished this in 5, little gentlemen.
Yeah.
As long as Tatum and Brown can play, then yeah. If they injure half our team, then maybe not.
Even if you guys are missing Tatum and Brown, like Drew Holiday, Derek White, and Pingus,
Well,
Might
Holiday's
be
been
not.
out. Holiday was out
really?
game 3.
is he done?
I think he's
Hamstring
supposed to come
strain.
back soon, but he's been injured. Injured in game 2.
They'll whip up some voodoo magic and TD and fix him right up. He'll be fine.
Joe's gonna give him a couple kisses. He's fine.
Yeah. Corey Joseph.
What?
No issue. He could guard Corey Joseph with one pinky toe. Fucking hell. All right. Let's dive into another series in the East. Little bit of controversy in this one. Knicks Pistons. Now, did you guys see that last play of the game with our resident boy, our favorite player, Timmy Hardaway Jr.?
Timmy!
Now, this just all goes back to Timmy's days on the Knicks, and it just goes to show how much it pays off to not have him on your team anymore.
Oh, so mean.
How the fuck was that not a foul, though? Like, real talk. He hacked the shit out of him.
He was
I think
leaning
the-
in. He jumped into him.
It was like landing space, hit him. It was like 2 fouls there.
I think the closest ref was on the Josh Hart side of him. So, like, because Josh Hart fouled him from the side, and I
Yeah.
don't think he got a clear view of it. But obviously, they came out afterwards and said, yeah, it was a foul, which I don't even know why they do that anymore. Like,
It really annoys me they do that because they don't correct all the calls they missed the entire game. Like, yeah, you missed this call, but like, how many other times did they screw the Knicks over an entire series?
Yeah.
Well, and like, what does that do? Like, they just came out and said that Luka got fouled in the last minute. Like, oh, thanks. I feel even worse now.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Fuck you, man.
I don't want to know that.
This has been a good series, though. This is like a gritty ass. You got New York, you got Detroit. Like, this is
I
a
wanna-
good ass series, man.
I want to give a shout out to Karl Towns because Cat,
Yeah.
after game 2, scored 10 points, was being passive, getting pushed around, not taking all his shit. Game 3, the start of game 3, he came out pushing, shoving, like he heard the Pat Bev criticism from years ago. Like he was like, I'm not soft, I'm fighting the guys, and he just was out there playing his basketball. Maybe not his basketball play, but
He really did, Rank.
he was playing great.
God.
No, Rank, you hit on the
Yeah.
head. Like this is
Yeah.
this is a good Knicks team, but like I have some questions about their depth when they get.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know that's
Like
an obvious.
fucking
statement.
5 guys, dude. I hate it. They're lucky to be up 3-1. It's gonna be a very short series in against Boston, I think.
Yeah. Yeah.
I also hate to say, but Mikal Bridges trade has not worked out well at all.
Well, everyone knew he wasn't worth 5 first-round picks when it happened.
But was he
Now-
even worth 3?
I was gonna say, two's kind of pushing it, you know.
5 is so many first round picks
The power of
for a
friendship.
non-all-star, bro. He's not an all-star.
No.
Since when in history has a fucking non-all-star been traded for 5 first rounders?
Love him, but
yeah, it hurts us Nova fans, obviously.
his shooting hasn't been well. That's really just been the pain point. Like, you go from DiVincenzo, great 3-point shooter, to Mikal, who's not had a good shooting year.
Yeah, and we know what the Knicks have done against the top teams in the regular season, and
Terrible.
Zero.
And they play a top team next round. I don't have faith in them to. I don't know. 2 games would be good for them.
You basically are asking them to do something that they haven't even shown a single sign of doing this entire year, and that's beating a good team.
And their top starting line is very talented. Like, Brunson's playing out of his mind. He's making all his baskets. Cat's playing great. OG's locking down defensively, but there's nothing else
OG's
there.
very well too. Offensively, OG's doing.
Yeah, he's been great.
Well. Yeah, no, Rank, you're right. Like, this bench is. I don't know what happened to Mitchell Robinson. Like, I thought he used to be pretty decent.
Somebody told me to look at Mitchell Robinson's feet, and now I can't unsee it. He's got really tiny feet compared to the rest of his body, and it makes complete sense why he's constantly injured.
Rank with a foot fetish out here.
Can't support the big man.
What happened to Precious Achua? Is he not good anymore?
He's never
No,
good.
he never was. Yeah, he ain't good
Yeah.
anymore. What are we
Pete
talking about?
Tucker's on this roster. I didn't even know that.
Yeah,
To be honest. Landry Shamet got 1 minute last game. That's cool.
yuck. I thought he was an assistant coach somewhere. That's pathetic. I swear I saw him wearing a polo the other day. That's
I
crazy.
get confused because the Hawks GM's Landry Fields, and I literally thought it was Landry Shamet.
Didn't he just get canned?
I think he did.
Yeah, tough.
I could see a sweep next series. I'll be completely
Yeah.
honest.
Flip side
2
though,
games too much.
Pistons have a lot to look forward to, man. Cade, this could be a really hot take. I think Cade could be a number 1 on a championship contending team. I really believe so.
I think that's fair. He's been the best player on the Pistons by far this series. There are guys just trying to fight the Knicks, and Cade edgy got out there and playing basketball.
Ethical basketball, baby. Ethical hoops. He had a triple-double last game. He had 4 blocks too. Holy shit. Cade has to continue this trajectory though. This can't be his ceiling. Like, if he tops out here, then I would say no to your question.
No Ja Morant bullshit. Keep climbing upwards.
That's a good comparison there. I think regardless of what happens, in the next game, if they lose, this is such a W of a season. For the Pistons.
Big success. Great success.
Shout out the unks on the team: Tobias, Timmy, Schroeder, just Beasley, total unks that just came in and just.
Sure,
how you did.
man.
Isaiah Stewart.
Beef stew.
He's not an unk.
Nah, fuck that guy. Fuck that guy. He needs to learn how to play basketball. MMA is not his calling, I'll tell him.
Dude, someone on Twitter was like, I've never seen an Isaiah Stewart basketball highlight. Just highlights of him fighting or getting texts. And it's just that's so true. I've never seen a basketball highlight of him.
All right. Last series in the East.
Series.
Bucks, Pacers. I don't think any of us, especially you, Truitt, so that's coming.
What?
When you picked the Bucks to go to the Eastern Conference Finals.
Oh, did I? Fuck.
No, you
I
didn't.
didn't realize that fucking.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I don't think that this was I don't think what would happen is totally expected. I think this is super disappointing for the Bucks.
Yeah.
Giannis throwing away these great games. He's dropping 30, and the rest of the roster just sucks. Dame just tore his Achilles. Fuck, man.
Does
What a
this
failure
say,
of a job.
does this say more about the Bucks or more about the Pacers?
The Bucks.
I think so.
I don't think the Pacers are that good. I've never liked Halliburton. Don't think he's still that good. I think the Bucks, without Dame, like Giannis can't carry a team anymore. Like the teams have figured out how to stop Giannis when it's just him.
Well, yeah, they just let Giannis do his thing and
Exactly.
make Gary Trent, Bobby Portis, and Kevin Porter Jr. beat you.
Yeah.
Okay,
it's not
I'm
gonna
fine with
happen.
that. I'm fine with that.
Dude, Kyle Kuzma has been so bad.
What a terrible.
I still
trade.
can't believe that, like, I think borderline a legend for this franchise. That's going to sound really stupid maybe, but like Chris Middleton,
Yes.
like just giving up on him and getting Kyle Kuzma in return, that is just silly. Just absolutely silly.
Terrible.
This is not a good roster, man.
Yeah.
You're
Brooke
lucky. I mean,
Lopez-
you're lucky that you're getting like what did Gary Trent like drop like 35 or something? Like game one
Yeah.
or something. Like you're just lucky you're getting performances like this.
This really is the end. This is in my mind. This is the end of the Bucks team. Like Dame is out all of next year. They're not going to be able to trade the contract. Why is Giannis going to stay? Like
Yeah.
Giannis is asking out this offseason. They're blowing this up. Dame's going to rehab for a year, and they're going to try to trade him after that. Like
This reminds me, this is a la 2020 Lakers. Win the chip, decide, let's switch things up for no fucking reason. Started with the Dame trade, started with every other move they've made. Like, this is how you ruin a championship team.
that Dame trade made their opponents better. Like the Celtics are
Yeah.
a much
Yeah,
better team
literally.
because of the Dame trade.
It didn't make any sense then. It doesn't make any sense now.
I mean, it's just,
Fucked.
it's hilarious that, so they sent Drew first to Portland, and then Portland sent it to the Celtics, and the Bucks were like, wait, you can't do that. We didn't think that was going to happen. Wait a minute.
How I just don't understand how they fumbled this so bad. Like building around Giannis. Come on, bro. The dude is a depoy every year. He's a perennial MVP. He's 30 and 15 and 3 stocks a night. And you put out Gary Trent Jr. and Bobby Portis to run the show with him. Come on.
To be fair to them, though, like none of us expected this Dame Giannis combo to go this badly. Like I don't know how it's gone this badly. Like they're both like Dame seemed to be in my mind a perfect fit with Giannis. Like, I have a real point guard who can score, pass, get him open, get the ball out of Giannis's hands, and they've just never meshed in the 2 years he's been there. I don't think Dame wanted to be in the first place, and that hasn't helped. But it's been a terrible teammates.
They've never had chemistry either.
They haven't played a lot of games together. I mean, they've played some, but like not enough. And I hate to say this, but like Giannis is 30. I mean, time is ticking. If he wants to win another chip, he's probably got to request a trade because it's. I mean, what he's got only athleticism to his game. He's going to be done playing at this level in the next 4 years. Like time is ticking. No pun intended with the Dame Selly, but time is ticking. You got to get out of there, man.
I'd love to see Giannis as like a traditional center somewhere. Like imagine he went to the Lakers, they pulled that off.
You want to see Giannis as a traditional center?
Yeah, I think that's his better position as he ages.
Play the 5. Holy fuck. That would be really crazy.
I don't think it would be
Yeah,
that
he's-
crazy. I think that's what we're moving towards.
Yeah. I think you can't be a 3 or a 4 and not be able to shoot. So yeah, just throw him at the 5, I guess.
Let's see what Rob Pelinka can pull.
If you see him and the Bucks GM getting coffee together, you know it's fucked.
Then the NBA is rigged. If that happens, I will lose it.
Yeah, that's fair.
Not like the Lakers are doing anything like that.
Yep.
We got anything else on the NBA to talk about? We're kind of not at the point where we can like repredict, but maybe
Now I'm
next
excited
time.
for some more playoff games.
This has been a good playoff so far. Like, I don't think it's going to be chalky at all, especially if the Warriors win. That's very unchalky.
The West will be unchalky. The East,
East will be
we're in a collision course for a Cavs Celtics Eastern Conference Final.
Yes.
Yep.
It's got to be like massive minus odds.
Yeah. All right.
I'm gonna be so excited during that series. I'm gonna go to like a bar every game wearing my all the Cavs merch I have. So excited. Should we switch to the pigskin?
Yes. Let's go to the draft.
I think this might be the first time in NFL in our show's history that all three of our teams selected a quarterback in the first 3 rounds.
That's it. It's probably true. Yeah, I think that's definitely true.
We were both all entering rebuild modes, and each of us in different ways got our quarterbacks of the future potentially.
Seahawks have not drafted a QB in the first 3 rounds since Russell Wilson. Fun fact.
Was Russell Wilson 3rd round? I thought he was later than that.
Third rounder, yeah.
Wow.
Did you see the Jalen Milroe thing of like apparently he said that the Steelers front office told him that he was their number 1 pick on their roster, and then the Steelers front office were like, the Seahawks front office said that Jalen Milroe said the Seahawks front office said he was the number 1 quarterback on their board, and the Seahawks front office basically came out and said, no, you weren't.
Oh, I did see that. Yeah, I did see that.
Why would he say that?
I don't know. It was a weird, awkward conversation for both sides.
I thought they were talking about. No, I guess they were talking about Milroe. Well, like that just clearly not. Like,
No.
so many QBs went before him. Like, that's just a weird question to ask.
Yeah.
Rank, why don't you start? You had a pretty exciting day 1 draft.
Yeah, the Giants they went for the best player available at the 3rd overall spot, which is exactly what we needed. Kind of wild that we were all sitting here. We'll talk about it later, but we were all sitting here at the end of the NFL season talking about Shedeur Sanders going here. But we made the right decision. We got Abdul Carter. He's going to be – our defensive front 7 is really nasty now. We have great pass rushers, great interior, like Dexter Lawrence, Brian Burns, Thibodeau, and Abdul Carter. Like, that's a ridiculously good pass rush, especially in a division that's with great quarterbacks and great running backs. Like, we need something to separate ourselves when we're not playing with the best quarterback in the division. Not going to happen for a while. So this was a huge pickup. And I was thinking that they may trade back up in the first round for a quarterback. They did. Wasn't the quarterback I was expecting until the day before the draft when the Giants GM's son posted about Jackson Dart. And I was like, hey, we're getting Jackson Dart. And that's what happened. Jackson Dart is a New York Giant.
Brain dead little kid. Why would you do that?
Yeah, I was not happy with the pick initially. I will say the only thing I saw by Jackson Dart going into draft was his John Gruden thing where he said his snap count was a clap. Yeah,
gotta fix that, man. That's not gonna fly in the NFL. You gotta fix that.
Real smart. But the rest of it, he seems good. He seems like a really physical football guy. His words were he always wants to be +2, which means every time he gets hit, he wants to fall forward 2 more yards, which won't also fly in the NFL. But gotta respect the mentality.
Oh, man.
Seems like he's got a good head on his shoulders.
That's going to come back to bite him in the ass.
Rank, I hate to say it. I feel like the Giants are slowly building a good roster.
They are.
Scatterbo in the 4th round. I love him.
Yeah.
Yes.
They made some great draft picks, some great tough guys. I think we really needed for this team. And to be fair, if you look through Joe Shane's history since he's taken over, Saquon left, but I'm not mad at him for not paying that money. We don't need Saquon. That just wasn't the right fit. We've discussed this in the past. The only move he made that was wrong was signing Daniel Jones to that huge contract, which was ownership, not Joe Shane pushing for that signing. So, he's done a good job. He's built his team around. He's done what he can. Do I think Jackson Dart's our future? Not necessarily. And the one thing I want to be sure is that if we are picking number 1 overall next year, we better not be passing on Arch Manning just because we have Jackson freaking Dart in our back pocket.
Yeah, Rank, because last time we talked, it was kind of like Russell Wilson and Jameis are going to be these just pieces to stay competitive until, we can draft Arch. How, does this change anything?
I don't think Jackson Dart will play this year. I think he should sit, maybe play the end of the season, very late, and see what we got there. But I fully, if we're in a position to draft Arch Manning next year, they should be drafting Arch. And to be honest, if we're in the position to draft Arch Manning next year, Joe Shane and Brian Dable will not be the head coach in general manager of the New York Giants anymore. So the new regime is going to want to draft a new quarterback anyway.
That's fair. Well, so you don't think at all that like drafting Jackson Dart, trading in back into the first round to get Dart, saying anything about this team's desire for Arch Manning? You think this doesn't say anything about it?
I think the trade means that they know they're fighting for their jobs, and having a successful young quarterback is the best way to keep your job.
But you said he might not even play this year.
Yeah, but he's going to play at the end of the season when you got if Russ and Jameis keep them competitive, bring Jackson Dart in week 13, week 14, have him show potential there. Let's say you've only won 6 games, but you've got a guy showing potential at the end of the season, keeping your job.
Fair and insightful. Should we just dive into the pair of Colorado prospects that were the storylines?
Yeah, I'm excited for Travis Hunter. It seems like the Jags are going to let him play both positions, both sides of the ball. It's going to be really interesting to see how that goes and how much what position he plays more of, how he plays in both positions, because it's going to be
That's this. So the GM of the Jaguars it's his first year. So what a swing to pull off, sending a bunch of capital to trade up to get Travis Hunter, and as Rank kind of alluded to, you got this very good dilemma to have of how do you play him, how much, et cetera.
Great move for them because he's better than anybody that can defend the pass on their team, and he's better than anybody that can catch it. So
hey, Brian Thomas is there.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Shout out Brian Thomas.
But yes.
Do you think it's actually going to work playing both sides of the ball in the NFL?
Why not? It worked in college.
It's a different animal, though.
I know, but he was really good corner in college.
Yeah.
Really good corner too.
I have a feeling he's going to lean more corner.
I think so too.
Yeah, because that's more important, I think, if I would speculate.
If he could be their number one corner and then play, let's say, 50% of the offensive snaps as a wide receiver, that's ridiculous.
Insane.
That's a win.
Insane. Yeah.
Do you think the Browns made a poo-poo decision here? They got a lot back. They got another first next year. They traded down 3 spots.
I don't think so. I think the Browns know that they're shit, and they know the Jags are going to be shit. So they essentially just double down on that.
But before they pick the rest of their picks, and we can discuss those because I don't know what the hell they're doing there. I like to trade because it set them up for 2 first-round picks and a better draft next year, and the opportunity to be flexible there. And then they went out and drafted 2 quarterbacks.
Yeah, that was weird. So it's a good segue ranking to Shedeur Sanders. What a fall this was. Rank, can you give a little backstory on this?
The season ended in December. His season ended, and he was the odds-on favorite to be the number 1 overall pick in the draft. And we were sitting here on draft day, and he went in the 5th round. I have never seen a fall like this. There was rumors he made slips to the 2nd round going into draft night, but the fact that he was not drafted till the 5th round has to be the biggest slide in NFL history. The rumors coming out are that he had terrible interviews. We obviously see he's a cocky kid who has had terrible, I don't even call them off-field issues, but his attitude on the football field is terrible. He thought he wanted a quarterback to be. Not shaking hands, flexing the wristwatches during games. He's just – and I think we reached a point in the NFL draft where it became a point is he's not being your starter, he's being your backup, and why would you want your backup to be this much of a headache?
There was a lot of rumors that the team that would maybe take him is the Steelers because that's maybe the only team he would start on. And even they did not take him.
6 times.
Yeah.
All the garbage side about this is a person, a teammate, on-field antics. Let's keep it real. He's not a good quarterback. He didn't do shit in his college career. And he piggybacked completely off of one of the best Heismans we have ever seen. Didn't win a bowl game, barely over 500 as a starter.
Number
He was
retired.
just-
No, he got his number retired. Don't forget
Just
that.
was
Yeah, and to your point, Liam, NFL owners have shown in the past, NFL GMs, that they will not worry about a lot of off-field issues if you're a good
Yeah.
football player. And it is pretty clear that they do not view Shador Sanders as a good football player.
wasn't that good in college. It's not going to be that good in the NFL.
And watching the Mel Kiper and the rest of the ESPN guys hype him up the entire draft for all that's
Blazing
happened,
the fuck out of
it
me.
was ridiculous. Like, they didn't even talk about Cam Ward. It's just all about Shador. They get
'Cause that's
paid.
what they
They
do.
were getting paid by Dion 100%.
Oh, 100%. 100%.
And he's out
Probably
there
got more
celebrating
paychecks.
afterwards.
Got more paychecks after as much as far as he fell because Dion's like, oh my god, I gotta pump more money into this. I think it's extremely hard. Like football is such a unique sport. It's extremely hard to make it in college in any sport, especially football. It's extremely hard to make it in the NFL. It's extremely hard to be successful at the quarterback position in the NFL. And this guy just screams misplaced priorities. And it's kind of like, I mean, even Johnny Manziel was a first round pick, and that dude had a lot of off the field issues. So this just, it speaks volumes for sure.
And the fact that the Browns drafted him with Dylan Gabriel, they're like, what is this? Is this a QB battle? Like, what is going? There's a legitimate possibility that Shador Sanders gets cut before the opening game.
They got like 6 QBs on the roster.
You got Joe Flacco, Kenny Pickett, Gabriel, and Shador at least. I think there's one more somewhere.
It's a pro and a con. I mean, the con is like just because the name, he's always going to have eyes on him. It's a little bit of a pro because it's a 5th round pick. We're kind of like not like, ooh, we got to see Shador's debut. You know, he wasn't a top 5 pick. He was a 5th round. So it's like, hopefully that helps him a little bit in getting some of the pressure off. But you have the name Sanders on the back of your jersey. It's only so much pressure can really come off at that point.
Yeah, people were really locked in watching that. The Steelers, as you said, Truett, no quarterback still. I think they're like one of the last teams in the NFL without a legitimate starting quarterback because I don't count Mason Rudolph as starting quarterback. Does Rodgers end up there? Do they trade for Kirk Cousins? Like, I'm curious to see what the Steelers end up doing.
Rodgers,
The Kirk Cousins
he's got a lot more leverage now. He's like, yeah, you really need me now. Where's my money? Silly DK Metcalf. Oh, yeah, you want a quarterback now? Yeah, good luck with that. It's weird. I mean, they should have taken a QB, especially with like, I think Dylan Gabriel is like a fine quarterback. Like, and he was pretty late. Like, I think,
Anyway, Milrose good.
yeah.
Liam, thoughts on your new guy, Shuck?
He's old as fuck. I never heard of the guy.
How old is he?
Dude, he was in
26.
the same graduating high school class as like Trevor Lawrence.
Oh my God. What?
Yeah.
This is the last NFL draftee born in the 90s.
That's
He was, and I kid you not, it was Joe Flacco. Just some old fuck. That was his player comp. Just another old dude. I mean, shit.
horrible.
It doesn't really matter who's playing quarterback for us because we will be getting Archie Manning rankle. So it doesn't matter.
He's got a good point.
There's a tank coming. Tankathon.
Oh yeah.
So he's going to go back for an extra year and it doesn't even matter.
So the Saints, their strategy seems to be draft offensive and defensive linemen and don't sign them to deals. Just let them walk. So that's exactly what they did. They drafted 2 more, and they didn't sign Trevor Penning, who had a great season for us. So yeah, we'll see how that works.
Sounds like a successfully well-run organization at that.
Oh yeah. No funny money down in NOLA, that's for sure.
But you guys still over the cap, or you got under it somehow? You make up money again this year?
Somehow, man. Somehow. We'll see. I hope this guy gets some run at QB though, just because I really don't like Derek Carr.
Gotta be more fun, Derek Carr.
Yeah.
Did Shiloh Sanders get drafted or no?
No,
No.
he did not get
That was
drafted.
that was a funny joke that ended up not being so funny that he said to his brother when he was like, "Oh, I might get drafted before you," and it looks like that could be definitely possible for a long time.
This whole prank call thing's getting blown out of proportion, though. They're like making a whole big deal about this, and plenty of guys got prank called.
I
It's
haven't
hilarious.
I haven't watched that video because it just kind of makes me like feel like really bad. Like even though it's Shador, like it's kind of messed up, man.
If anyone deserves to get trolled, it's him. Let's
Yeah.
keep that up.
Yeah, no, that's
Deserve.
He was live streaming the entire draft. Like,
Yeah.
shout out.
Those camera ran out of battery. Jesus.
My two favorite moments from the draft was one, the O lineman that was taking a shit when he got called by the GM. That was great. And then I think it's like baby mama had to answer it for him. And then number two was, I don't know if you guys saw this when, I don't know who got drafted, but like his wife, girlfriend, baby mama had their baby like this. And she just starts aggressively clapping and like giving the baby a fucking earthquake in his little world. It was like actually nuts. Ooh, we have double rank.
Welcome, Rank. Rank.
Sean and Sean Rankle. Very exciting.
not sure how this second one occurred. Whatever.
Let's boot this fraud out of here. See ya.
Any other football before we move on
No.
to the
Let's
great?
go. Let's dive into baseball. I want to
Yeah.
talk about baseball.
I don't want to talk about baseball, actually.
What?
Why not?
I had a rough weekend, Liam. I went to 2 Mets games since they were down in D.C.
They lost both of them.
I went to Friday and Sunday, where I watched us get walked off twice.
It's okay, Rank. We're still sole possession of the best record in the NBA, and we haven't even hit our peak yet. It's still to come.
Today was one of those good days. I felt better today with all the guys hitting who haven't been hitting. Vientos with a homer. Nimmo got 9 RBIs. Ridiculous.
Winker, Alvarez, McNeil. It was glorious. Glorious. What I'm really proud of so far is how our pitching has just been absolutely lights out. Our bullpen has been insane, and our starters have been the best in the MLB. Kodai Senga, early candidate for Cy Young.
Everybody but Stanek. Stanek's going to stop closing
Yeah.
games.
Yeah.
Diaz is getting paid a lot of money to
Unreal.
close games. Get him in every game that he's able to.
Yeah, he's unreal. This team, man, this team is great, and we still are awaiting 2 of our starting pitchers.
And we need for Juan Soto to hit. Like, we're doing all this without Juan Soto really having much of an impact offensively.
Well, this just goes to show you have a guy like that in your lineup, what it does for other guys, what it's done for Lindor, and most certainly what it's done for Pete.
Yeah.
Polar bear, baby.
Yeah,
Shout out Acuna.
MVP.
Acuna's been hitting well. He's been
Mhm.
playing well at second base. I feel bad that Beatty's back down in minor leagues. 'Cause
Yeah,
He's a
He's
starting third baseman in a lot of teams.
yeah, and it's going to be very interesting to see what this trade deadline brings, because there are some guys that I'm already eyeing. A couple pitchers that I wouldn't mind hopping over.
And
Who? Who did
saw,
you say? Get out of here.
I saw Mauricio is getting back in the minors. So that's another guy to look forward to coming up at some point.
Gorgeous. It's just absolutely gorgeous.
They seem to have too
Yeah.
many players. So yes, Liam, to your point, they could use to trade some of these guys to get some opportunities for some established starting pitching to help us down the stretch.
Are you guys happy that the Braves are just
That is-
cooked?
Oh, lovely.
They suck.
They just can't hit, save their lives. They were doing some sort of voodoo a couple of years ago because
Yeah, they were.
The Braves and the Orioles have both had terrible
Yeah.
starts.
That suck.
yeah,
True. Talk about your Padres, man.
it's been an interesting season. At one point we did have the best record in the majors before you guys took it from us. I would say the highlights of the season Fernando got to be a top 3 favorite for MVP right now. Guy is just scorching hot, playing really well. Best I've seen him since becoming a fan. Because when I started being a fan, he was just coming off of that motorcycle injury, and the steroids happened and all that great stuff. But we had a lot of good starting pitching, a lot of good hitting. We at one point, don't think it's true anymore. We're top 5 in batting average, top 5 in bullpen, or no, maybe it's just total pitchers ERA. I think we're the only team to do that. I don't think that's the case anymore. We've come a little bit down to earth. We're 3-7 in the last 10. We've lost 4 in a row. We set our franchise record for most innings without scoring, which I think was like 35 or something like that, which is well over like 3 games. It's almost 4 games. But hey, we got the injury bug like no other. Jackson Merrill's been out for a couple weeks. Cronenworth has been out for a couple weeks. Luis Ariz had a very scary first base collision against the Astros where he literally just like stopped living for a second, kind of like Damar Hamlin. It's been rough. Bogarts just sucks dick. Shout out Jose Iglesias. Been playing well for us. Been playing very well for us. But without Merrill, the outfield looks like fucking trash. It's just Fernando and 2 guys we can find on the streets of San Diego. We've had some up and down performances from Cease. I think King has really been our only good starting pitcher. Darvish hasn't pitched yet. Bullpen has still been pretty good. I think that's the only good thing we have left is our bullpen has been pretty nice. But yeah, we're hitting the injury bug pretty hard. 17-11. So I guess 10 games ago we were 14-4. So life gets real fast, man. We went from first. Yeah, sorry.
You're in a tough division in baseball this year.
Tough division. We haven't even played anyone in our division rank. We've just played the Rockies.
That's a good thing.
They're 4-23.
That's a good thing, though, Truitt. Think about it like that. You'll be able to take some games off the Giants and the Dodgers and the D-backs.
True. Dodgers. We were first in the division for a while, and now we're third. And fucking Dodgers and Giants. Dodgers have not looked as good as before. Giants. What do you guys got on the Giants? 19-10.
They've been really good.
Shout out
to guys who can hit. Shout out to Wilmer Flores, man. Go.
I haven't heard that name in a long time.
7 home runs and 28 ribbies for him. Unbelievable. They're the guy they got last year, Jung Ho Lee, is off to a torrid start. He's unreal.
Yeah.
And
should have been.
Did you guys see how they won? Was it yesterday off the Little League home run?
Yes, that's who was it against? Hilarious. That's sad.
That's wild.
That was pathetic. It was the Rangers that gave that up.
Oh boy.
Pathetic. They're a good team though. They're a really good team.
They still got Webb. I'm assuming Webb's doing well this year.
Yeah.
Is Verlander doing well?
Looking at their.
He's got a 4.99 ERA. It's not great. I mean, their starting pitching doesn't even look that good. It's just Logan Webb is a sub-2 ERA.
The hitting. It's all coming down to hitting with the Giants right now.
Yeah.
And some walk-off side the park home runs that doesn't leave the infield.
Yeah. Wow, they've only had 4 pitchers start. They're just doing a 4-man rotation. That's pretty crazy.
We'll do it.
I kind of want to talk about the Yankees, and they've had a very interesting season. I don't think we touched on last time the torpedo bats. What did you baseball diehards think about that? I didn't really know how to interpret that.
Great for the game. Love it. They are still finding new ways to innovate the game 150 years from its creation, which is, I love it. If they want to ban it, but everybody can use it, so it's part of the game.
I think it was more just the instant, the Yankees hit so many home runs opening weekend. It was oh my God, torpedo bats. But they've cooled off. They're still great, but I don't think it's making much of an impact.
I don't think this level of play from them is sustainable, and they are above average right now.
Dude, Aaron Judge.
Judge.
Oh my fucking God!
He's their whole team. That's it.
He's going to be consistent, but Paul Goldschmidt and Ben Rice are not going to put up these numbers the rest of the season.
Thank you. Jazz Chisholm's ass. Volpe's ass.
Bellinger.
Dominguez's ass. Well,
Dude,
but
we're finding out now the best piece from that Soto trade, Trent Grisham. Holy fuck, man. Above 1,000 OPS, man.
It's bullshit.
It's crazy.
It's very unsustainable. I don't think the Yankees finish top 2 in the AL East.
Wow. Okay, that's a big.
If the Orioles don't turn this around, it's gonna be hard for them not to finish top 2.
So Fried has been doing really well. It looks like that's kind of it. Oh, and then I would love to talk about Devin Williams. Just horrible fucking season, man.
Career. Thank you very much.
11 ERA.
Yep.
Can I
Pete
get
Alonso effect, baby.
how many blown saves? It's got to be.
It's hard to
somewhere.
close in New York. We've seen it with Diaz at times. Like, it is hard to come in here from a small market like Milwaukee and come in here and do it in New York. And he's facing it. Getting a chance of Luke Weaver as he was
Dude,
coming
Luke
out to
Weaver
pitch.
was really good for them last year. Like,
Yeah.
he hasn't given up a run yet. Like, why
He's getting
are
opportunity
they?
now.
They just got to move Devin Williams to somewhere else.
They benched him.
Yeah. How is Clay Holmes doing for you guys?
Great. He's been really good.
This is his first year starting, right?
He's the real
Uh-huh.
Cy Young.
Oh my god. Oh my
He's
god.
been really good.
That's nuts.
Yeah. Want to give other shout outs around the league. Shout out to the Detroit Tigers. They snuck in the playoffs last year, traded away people at the trade deadline, and now they're 18-10,
Yup.
looking like they're gonna, be the favorites in the Central. They're a fun team, man. They're a really fun team.
Shout out the entire AL West for just being perfectly mid to the point where it's like kind of competitive.
Yeah.
Like the Angels are 12-15 and the last. Like that's kind of crazy.
The A's are 500. Who would have thought? Also, quick shout out to the Colorado Rockies, who are on pace for 24 wins this season.
That's so bad, dude. That's so
Jesus.
bad. Who's that guy on the Soderstrom? I don't know
Yes.
anything about this guy, but holy fuck. The
Yeah.
A's. 9 homers.
really
I think he
real.
was at one point like leading. I don't know if he's still leading the majors in homers.
I think he is with 9. I know
Yeah.
Trout is up there too.
Trout's got, and James Wood has also got 9. I think he did one today.
Yeah, Trout's got 9.
Wow.
Back to the NL. Shout out to Kyle Tucker and the Cubs.
Facts.
Looking like they're going to be a real force in the Central. I'm
Dude.
very excited to see him.
Shout out
Yo.
PCA, bro. He's
Yeah,
kind of electric. He's kind of sick, man.
yeah, he's a speed merchant. That's kind of all he's got. Not too highly touted.
Wow. So Tucker is leading the team batting average, home runs, ribbies, on base percentage, and hits. That's
Getting a live fun locker room report on the Cubs coming this summer.
Yes.
yeah, facts. Facts. We should live stream. Oh, Dansby's playing really bad. Ew.
Yeah. He's
Ooh.
poor. Dude, PCA, man. Jesus. 1.9 WAR already.
I hate that he's this good now.
Yeah. It's
What,
only
why?
like-
Why do you guys not like him? What's the story
He
behind
was
it?
traded
former
in for he's a former
Oh,
Mets
Of
prospect.
course.
What did we trade him for?
Hobby.
Was he? Right.
Former Mets.
That was awful.
Thumbs down hobby.
It was really fun for a little while though.
Baez?
It was really fun. Yeah.
Ugh. Yeah.
That middle infield on defense was crazy. Hey,
Ugh.
we're in a better spot now. Look, it
Damn.
was all the vision. I
He's
trade him
only
again.
23, bro. He's younger than us. Holy shit.
I trade him again if it meant getting money. So I'm fine with it.
That's fair, but it's still fair. It still hurts a little bit.
Yeah.
Not as much as
Yeah.
the Kelnick trade, because that Kelnick's done nothing.
Yeah. Actually, he's helping us out being so butt.
Yeah.
All
Kelnick's
right.
gotten sent down again today.
Oof.
Wow, the O's. Who chose the O's to win the division? Was it both of
A
you?
bunch of us.
I thought I
Wasn't
picked the
me.
Sox.
Wasn't me. I'll tell you that.
I think I picked the Sox. I'm not sure. I don't.
Maybe I
Maybe
did.
it was me. It could have been me.
I don't remember. I have no idea, but they're Liam, the local Red Sox. They're holding on.
True.
Was it me? Was it me, Rank? Oh, Fuck, it
I'd
was.
like to say true. You did not pick them to win the division,
What is that? Oh.
but
You
you
had-
did pick them to beat the Mets in the World
In the
Series.
World Series, yeah.
What? Fuck.
Pathetic.
It's bad. What's the take on the Red Sox?
Dude, I really like them. I'm really high on them still. I think once they click, Duran, Bregman, Trevor Story, Devers, that Abreu guy's been unreal for them. I don't like Casas or Casas, or he's kind of a bum. They got some fun dudes.
Devers
Some really
like
fun
that.
dudes. Great
Sorry,
pitchers
man.
too. Crochet's been unreal. He's been really good for them.
Devers had a real Walker Bueller's been kind of nice too, which it's good
Yeah.
to see him leave the Dodgers and do well. Wow, Crochet's got a sub-2 ERA. Holy balls!
Jesus.
Oh my god, he's only given up 8 runs in 37 innings. Fuck.
wild.
Wow.
Damn, and he's got his record is 2-2.
Tough. DeGrom-esque.
Yeah, L no run support.
Any other baseball stuff?
Yeah, let's dive into Nova Rank. Hit us with
Yeah.
it.
Kevin Willard has been trying to build a basketball roster out of 2 players as a base with Matthew Hodge and Tyler Perkins. He hasn't really done a great job. I know our insider, Pat Costello, big Nova insider, has been giving us updates, but there's some pieces. We got a tall guy from Grand Canyon. We have a point guard from every single college in the country, it seems like. Some backup guy from JMU. They don't have a star right now, and we're not seem to be getting a star. I hope we get some other young guys. I will say the one positive thing in my mind is we've recruited a lot of freshmen and sophomore guys. So if we can build like an old Nova team with like get better each year, then I have some faith.
Yeah, what happened to this Nova stockpile of money that we were supposed to have for NIL?
I'm not sure if it's dried up, if they've decided they don't want to spend it on certain guys. Like maybe they're like, we're building for next year. I do agree with you. The fact we've lost out on like Rodney Rice, Acadian Lewis, hopefully he signs with us, but like we need that star. And the longer we wait, the less and less I feel confident we're going to get that star. I'm excited for the new season. It's Kevin Willard. It's going to be better product on the basketball court than it was under Neptune. But we're not recruiting as well as Neptune did for some reason, which is odd. But
Yeah. I don't really know what to think of this current roster as it's assembled.
it is the worst roster since Jay Wright. But I had more faith. I have a lot more faith in the coach than I've ever had since Jay Wright.
Only part of the puzzle, though, Rank. It's one part of the puzzle.
It is. I'm excited for the season. Cautiously optimistic. I think we can, if we can get some more guys in here, we got a chance.
See what happens. Can't write it off this early.
Yeah, Perkins played a great year. I'm excited for Matthew Hodge. He looked good. He's like 21. Bryce Lindsey's played well. Like there's talent here. It's can they play well together? And if Willard's picked these guys to think they can play well together, that's all that matters.
We've gotten a lot of good insight from our field analyst, Pat Costello.
He's done a great job
He's been in the works getting this info to us.
talking
Shout
about
out.
coaching recruits with people drunk with Father Peter. Like he's got the ins.
He must have been in that room getting drunk with
Must have.
Father Peter. Like he had to have been. How would he know that?
I think he needs to start tweeting for Villanova.
Yeah, I think it's a great idea. We'll set him up with an account. Oh, that'd be good.
All right, Hoops Grid.
Let's get some hoops grid
Do it.
going. Got it, baby. Keyboard is not working. Oh, let me share. This is such a weird board. Ugh.
Oh,
Aaron Gordon teammate.
It's weird, man. Weird.
Hey, where's Gillespie going up here?
Yeah, do you want to? I guess one either here or here.
I feel like top. It's the same
Or-
player.
or-
just for-
You could throw him Gillespie. 200 points. That's like so few, right?
That's a good point. Maybe throw him there.
Can we go bottom right? Could we go Facu Camposo?
Shit. Okay. You wanna go
Facundo.
fuck him?
Facundo.
Damn.
Try
Damn.
top right Gillespie then.
Nice.
There we
There
go.
we go.
There's that gorgeous.
Less than
face.
200 points. You're right, Jersey. Crazy low.
Yeah, that is like who's gonna qualify?
Omari Spellman, top middle.
Top middle. You think? Damn, that's true. That's sad.
What?
This is gonna be a tough one.
Can we
Wow.
go Jamarian Sharp for that one? Top middle.
Oh wait, shit. Who the fuck is that?
What? No.
Found it. Wait, try Charleaf Cooper, whoever that is. There we
Nice.
go.
Wasn't he like nasty in college, or am I thinking of
It
someone else?
was.
I have no idea.
Clippers that played in the 2020s. There we
Damn.
go. Yep.
Can think of someone. There's a guy they drafted. He was in the same draft class as Shea.
Brandon Boston Jr.
No, but that's a good one. Damn,
Ah.
he's got like a square face.
You know what's crazy? The Clippers hit their stride as soon as they trade away Terrence Mann. Funny how that happened.
Yeah, fuck that guy.
Less than 200
Close.
points with the Magic.
Damn.
That's-
That's,
What about
Just one.
Tobias?
want to see his name in there.
Has Anthony Black played this year?
Yes.
Yeah, he played.
Enough to
Oh, I
get
guess
200 points?
It would have to be a rookie, right? Like 200 points is like 20 games, a little less than that. Oh, I got a good one. Oh, wait, no, he didn't play on that team. Fuck.
It's got to be like a rookie or like somebody who was a two-way player for a year, like did nothing.
Yeah. They got some bums on the Nuggets. I know that. So we got to find someone. It's kind of crazy.
I think
62 possible players. It seems like a lot.
Well, it's history, I guess.
Yeah, I guess just guys that were on the Nuggets for like.
Has Jed Howard done anything with the Magic this year?
Ooh,
Shit, I
that's
forgot about
worth a guess, Frank. Ooh.
I completely forgot that he was a person.
Yeah.
Who did they
Who played on
draft?
the? Was Depot on the Aaron Gordon Magic? Is that with
Oh
him?
my god, I think he was.
I don't know anybody else that could possibly.
Victor, Jesus. I was like, what is his
go on that
first name?
team.
What a cute guy. Sorry.
Did Michael Carter Williams play on the Clippers?
No, I don't think so.
Yes.
Did he? Where do you want to
I
put
think
him?
he did.
He played for both teams here.
Just fill it in. Just go bottom. All right, do whatever you so please.
Sorry, I just want to get rid of this silver. It's pissing me off. Trying to think of those old Magic teams. Who's the small point guard? DJ?
Yes, DJ Augustine.
TJ Augustine.
Too obvious though.
Don't know if Jameer Nelson played on the Magic. Or on the Clippers.
No.
I think he
Oh.
did.
He did. He did. No,
Oh, that's Junior.
Wrong one.
Junior. Ah, shit.
I know he played on the Nut. Oh, yeah, I know he played. That one's not going to work.
Old Nuggets, less than 200 points.
Let's go.
There you go.
Let's
Good
go
way,
Nova, baby.
Bang. Bang.
Yeah, this one's gonna be tough.
Less than 200 points, Nuggets. Thomas Welsh.
Who? Who the hell is that?
Who knows this? Who the fuck is that? First of all, White ass
UCLA.
Huh. Yeah, we gotta get rid of this Tobias.
I'm trying to think of old college guys who just like barely played.
We definitely can get one for this. Like, no excuses for this one.
Orlando Magic. Orlando Magic. Who are their
Magic.
rookies this
What
year?
about like the Shaq days?
Uh,
It's Jed Howard and Anthony Black. Is JJ Redick too obvious? What's JJ
that's,
Redick?
that's what I thought
percentage?
too, but Christ.
Who's that other guy they have?
Oh my
Fucking
god. Mo Bamba.
Yeah, that'll work. Nice shout. Why is he smiling like that?
Such an ugly picture.
This is an ugly board. You take away Collins, an ugly board. Look at that. This will be tough.
They have some bums, right? They have a guy named like De Silva on their team.
Oh, Chris De Silva.
It's something like that.
I'm not gonna trust that I can.
I think it's two. Nope.
I think it's. Oh, there it is.
Try DE space Silva. Nope.
Doesn't even exist.
Maybe Da Silva.
That's good. Sorry.
All right. Try DA space Silva. See if that's it. There it is.
This guy.
There you go.
Ah,
How is that possible?
I'm just thinking end of the bench guys for him. That's all I got. I don't know. I really don't know. Did anybody have a horrific injury the rest of the year? For the
That's exactly what I was thinking. His horrific injury.
Just saying college guys.
Breaking news: Tyler Hero elimination game. 1 of 10, 1 of 9 from 3, 4 points, 30 minutes.
What's the score?
It's over. I lost.
It's over.
It's over. Told you they were gonna finish before the show ended.
What was the final?
Let's see. Orlando
Christ.
Magic. Oh, it's not over. Why are people tweeting that? People are
Dude, they're down
tweeting the Cavs
50.
won.
They're down 50 points.
Yeah, that's probably why people are tweeting that they won. Holy
They're
fuck,
down
dude!
54.
That's wild.
Rank, you got to be scared. You got to
You might break your record.
You're scared, Rank. Admit it.
No, I'm not.
They got
I'm
dudes
scared
playing
of
right now.
not completing this hoops grid.
Yeah, we
Dude,
got
I don't know anybody that was this bummy for the Magic.
It's got to be a rookie. They had to have taken someone like in the second round this year.
Who's that other guy? They have a guy named Houston on their team, or Houston. Houston. There it is. Caleb. I don't know. I don't know. That's it. That's all I got. It's not Goga. We know Goga's done it.
I thought you were the new Magic fan.
What about Mac McClung?
Ooh, he is on that team.
Nice rank. There you go.
Oh
Ruined
no!
it. Absolutely ruined
We
it.
did it.
No.
It is completed. All right. Birthday time. All right.
Damn.
We got some good birthdays today, fellas. Starting over in baseball, the Bronx finest, Anthony Volpe, turns 24 today. Mets legend Dylan G turns 39. Shout out to Dylan G.
Wow.
I know
Dylan
Rank-
G.
Rank loves him. Shane McClanahan turns 28. Happy birthday to Mr. McClam.
Mickey C. Yup.
Shout out Matt Chapman, 32 years old today. It's great. It's It's really
Shout out the
great.
Giants.
Let's see. Any good ones on here? No. Nothing really fun. Oh, Hall of Famer Barry Larkin. Happy birthday to you.
Oh yeah,
Turned 61.
recent Hall of Famer.
Barry
Yeah.
B.
All right, moving over to basketball. Ooh. We got future Hall of Famer Christopher Kaman, the one-time All-Star big man, turns 43. Shout out to the
Happy birthday,
caveman.
Chris.
I don't think you can say future Hall of Fame.
Future. Happy birthday to the other future Hall of Famer on this list, Daquan Cook, turns 38. Love the way he plays. I mean,
Dude, Thunder legend Daquan Cook.
yeah, legend.
That's sad. That's sad. He's only 38.
Mm.
He hasn't been in the league for so long.
Moving over to football, Denzel Ward, 28 years old, born today.
He's
That's awesome.
him and I don't know. He's on the Browns, right?
Yeah,
I don't know.
I can hit another corner.
That's what I was trying to do.
Jaden Reed turns 25 today. The young wide receiver down in
More
Green Bay,
competition for him
Wisconsin.
now. He didn't have a good birthday.
Yeah.
Yeah, Packers finally took a receiver. Let's go.
Yeah. Couple years too late. Other birthdays we got. Some guy that played football named Lindsey Witten turns 37. Happy birthday to you, Lindsey.
Jason's
I'm
brother.
sure you had a great childhood. Growing up.
I don't think he cares too much now. He's in the NFL.
Let's see. Some guy that just goes by Zook turns 71 today. And Rufus Ferguson turned 74. Shout out Big Roofy. Yeah.
Big Roofy.
He really snuck up on his opponents.
Oh, God. Low-hanging fruit. Low-hanging fruit.
All right. True. Here's a guy for you, a hockey player, Jacko Varvio, Mr. Jacko. I know you like that, huh? And here we go. Frank the Meat Beaton turns.
No, his name is.
No, you're joking. It's not a real name.
No, that's his nickname in parentheses. The Meat
What's his name? What's his last name?
Beaton.
No, it's not.
Yeah, Frank Beaton. Yeah. Yeah, he's a hockey player.
Google says
Ooh.
he's talking about a murder case in Australia.
All right.
Yeah,
I
I
don't know.
can't find him on
You're not on the right sports references. Anyway, shout out to the soccer player named Uzi Tayu, turns 36. Shout out Lil Uzi, GOAT. Yeah. Ooh.
Uzi.
We got two lacrosse players today, actually. Twin brothers. Mr. Greg Pepper and Mr. Grant Pepper. Shout out to them. First
The
lacrosse
Peppers.
birthdays.
getting after it today, I bet.
What's the Peppers?
What does that
All right.
mean? Nick?
That's all we got for birthdays today, fellas. Oh,
Bring-
John Daly, the golfer. He turns 59 today as well.
Nice. That's a real guy too. Sweet.
Can confirm.
Frank, did you Google Frank the Meat Beaton?
I tried. I did not come up with any good successful.
Did you see the first Reddit that came up?
No.
Can I
Frank
speak?
Beaton. I think you guys spelled Beaton wrong. B-E-A-T-O-N. B-E-A-T-O-N.
Meat Beaton. It says how many
Yeah.
times you'll beat your meat while Frank Ocean's playing in the background.
All right, you creep. That's
The other one is
disgusting.
Frank the Tank cooking steak and butter sauce.
Okay, I see that one too. Jesus.
Oh wait, Liam. His nickname is Seldom.
I don't know where
found
they came up with that.
Alexander Francis Seldom Bean is a Canadian retired professional hockey player.
It's the meat, but yeah, whatever.
Wait. Wait a minute.
I don't know who. Something's funky with this website. It must be funky.
Played for a lot of teams. Wow. Pretty much
Liam's been making
switched.
websites in his free time, as I've learned.
Why is he in an article called "Who's Better, Sidney Crosby or Alex Ovechkin"? What?
All right, I think we've gone off the rails far enough.
Yeah. Thank you, Rank. You got to put a stop to it before we get out of control.
Last shout out of the day goes to Mr. Roger Johnson, aka the Big Johnson. Yeah, happy birthday to Big Johnson.
I think you should sit with that for a little bit.
All right.
Thanks for joining us on here on Fun to Locker Room. Where I mean, just like any fun you'll ever have in a locker room, you have no idea what's going on. you look so big all of a sudden.
Help me.
Please join the show next time. I mean, we're gonna have a fucking phenomenal time here on this show. NBA playoffs. I can just tell it's gonna be a good one. NFL season's gonna be here sooner than we know it. MLB, if our two teams are good, we're going to be happy campers about that. And then, we just got a big summer in store for us. As Rank alluded to, we're going to a Cubs game with our dear friend Tom Casper in August. We should do something fun for that. So, hopefully we do. Don't forget to follow at @FunLockerRoom _ Pat Costello for all of his latest Nova insights. You should see it on the screen here, and then also
work on it.
Going diagonally too. Yeah, we like to challenge our intern with impossible tasks. Once again, thank you for Fun the Locker Room, and we'll see you next time. And don't forget to bring your swim trunks.